People are going to be angry. Let that sink in. People are going to be angry. And the reason people are going to be angry is everyone is at a different stage within their lives, okay? So people are going to be angry naturally. People are going to be angry. People are going to be angry when they first learn about the details of the transatlantic slave trade. It's okay. They aren't supposed to be happy. I mean, if you expect people to be happy upon learning the details of the transatlantic slave trade in depth, then you're mistaken. The only people that will be happy and joyous about that would be people who are sadistic. I'm going to tell you about something like, okay, for instance, like seasoning camps. I want to talk about something called seasoning camps, okay? And a lot people don't talk about this. I was going to talk about this before, but I wasn't at an emotional state to talk about it. Okay? I wasn't, it wasn't good. And you'll understand why. I'm a Black American, and this will also affect Caribbean people. Um, it'll affect everybody who has a soul. Okay, but they were called seasoning camps, right? Upon the arrival of the enslaved African people to the Caribbean and in some spots in North America, and when I say North America, I mean the United States of America. Um, the enslaved African would be tortured. Okay. They would be tortured. And there's no other way to put it. Okay. If you don't believe, it wasn't like a hi, how are you? Here, let's go work. No, they would be tortured. If there were people who spoke the same languages, okay, because remember, we're taking these people from off the coast, they were taken off the coast of a wide region of Africa, okay, so people didn't speak the same languages. If in fact there were some in a group that spoke the same language, they were separated and they were placed somewhere else, sold off somewhere else immediately, effective immediately, okay, because they did not want the communication. So when people ask about where'd the language go, that's where the language went. Okay, when you separate the people who speak the same languages, then you have them around people who don't. They all have to at that point learn what? English or French or Spanish, whoever the enslavers were, right? So they were forced to learn the language and they had to forget their own. Okay? They were brutalized. This didn't happen over the course of 1 week. Okay? Strong-willed people, Black people, very strong-willed people. Okay? So it took months and sometimes years to break what they call break this torture someone. So sometimes it takes some months, other times it take 3 years. Okay, so the process of the seasoning camps went on for years. Okay, um and I'm not torture, think of every amount of torture you can think of. That's what they would do. And then finally afterwards, and many passed away. Okay, many passed away. Those who survived went on to be resold into the United States or elsewhere. Okay, most of the seasoning camps were in the Caribbean. When it comes down to the enslaved Africans who were shipped over into the United States of America, they were from Jamaica and Barbados. Now, so when we talk about, and there were also things that happened with on the slave ships, okay, to teenagers, even to teenagers, girls, okay. It started on the ships, okay. The quote unquote breaking started on the ships. As a matter of fact, you can actually say it started on the coast of Africa, okay. But it was real harsh, brutal torture Okay, when they got here. So don't expect people when they learn these things that happened not too long ago to not be angry. I'm gonna say something, okay? I met my some distant cousins through ancestry, through the ancestry test, who are out of Nigeria. And the ones who I speak to the most, the one who I speak to the most, I actually told him, I said, don't take me. If I ever go to Nigeria, don't don't take me. Don't take me anywhere near um the slave castles. Don't take me anywhere near a monument because I'm a change on. I'm a change. It's not gonna be good. I'm gonna change. My attitude gonna change. Everything gonna change. The whole trip, I might get back on the flight back to you. For real, it's just gonna change. And he said to me, he said, no, I'm not gonna take you over there. I'm not gonna take you over there. Okay, I'm not gonna take you. Nope, that's not gonna work. Yeah, okay. So he understood. He understood because he didn't want to trigger me because it's triggering. So don't expect when don't expect everyone to be able to. I know my limit. I know my limit. Other people's limit have far less tolerance. For, they haven't gotten it's anger. There's a rage there. Okay, there is a rage there. And I'm gonna put it like this: some people in life, some people's lives. Let's think of different groups of people, right? Some people's lives is more straight than others. Okay, they don't have any hoops and barrels to get over in their emotional life or their background. Some people's lives are straight. They don't have to juggle emotions or juggle things in the past. And so it seems like they get places a bit easier, right? Whereas another group of people may have to jump. You see what I'm saying? May have to jump over something emotional or something that hits them in their face and they have to stall it out for a minute. Just wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. In the meantime, while they're trying to process their own emotions, the other people are moving. So you have to have empathy. Okay, you have to understand where people are coming from, and don't always get upset because someone gets angry. Allow them to be angry, because I can say this: after they're finished being angry, after they're finished, they'll begin to walk forward again. Just don't uh nag at it. Don't nag at it, because they'll remain that way. Don't nag at it. Allow it. It's just like someone who's been attacked or someone who's been sexually assaulted, right? You There's a hump there when it comes to dating, for instance. They may have I can't date right now. You know what I'm saying? While everybody else is going on dating, they can't date. They're stalled out for a couple years until they can get over that hump. So that's what it is. Is don't get angry at people because they learn about something and they're lashing out. Let them be angry. Don't get angry back. Everybody's at a different stage in their life, and there has to be empathy with that when it comes to history. Okay, when it comes to history, because there was never a conversation. There was never a conversation. Everybody goes around it. The conversation is necessary. So it's a 400 years, 500 years late conversation.